Hi, everybody, and welcome to your subscribers daily forecast. This message is intended for my subscribers, so if you have not already subscribed to the channel, please do so that I can tap into your energy. We're looking at the date of Sunday, January 29th, and the energy may come before or it might stay after the date. I've shuffled your deck and I've pulled your cards, and this is really interesting to me because you are in kind of a strange space today. It looks like there's something in your life that is progressing, right? With this Six of Swords, it's very possible that you are aligning yourself with a particular vision, perhaps a person, right? You could be moving a connection forward, or you could be reevaluating kind of where you want things to go as far as like relationships that you have with your family or perhaps a significant other. This could even be you taking a look at like your work or your schedule for a more like unexciting meaning, right? But as I'm looking at this, this is kind of confining, okay? You have all these ways that you could go about doing something. You know what you want. There's fears around it not coming into fruition. And then there's the need to act, right? It's kind of this energy of like, I have to go hard for this. I want this. The difficulty here, though, is that I feel like the way that you've been showing up in your relationships, right? Or showing up for the things you want. It's almost like you end up doing so much that you don't leave room for people to show up for you, right? Maybe you're a perfectionist, or maybe that's just like your natural reaction when you care about somebody or something to just like go all in right away. But I feel like if you look at your past, that hasn't really worked out for you, right? Probably for a multitude of reasons. It looks like you overextend yourself and then you're tired. It feels like people are not reciprocating to you because you're going 90% of the way, right? And so that's only leaving them 10% of room to show up. And, you know, when you got that 100% meter, if you're doing the 90, you're only giving people 10% that they can meet you at, right? And so it's never going to feel like you're getting back what you're putting into it because you're putting so much into it. You're not leaving room, right, for people to meet you halfway. You're going more than halfway. And so I feel like that's a behavior that even if it comes natural and it's totally out of love and it's not like you're trying to control situations, you're seeing that hasn't worked for you in the past, right? It's time to do something different because it looks like you want to create something different for yourself. You know, if you're looking at a partnership, I feel like this is somebody that you are excited about. This is something that you've made the decision of, hey, I want to see where this goes, you know? And if you're looking at a business, this could be that, or a friendship, even, or family. But there's a real struggle. Like, if I commit to this, then I have to become this person where I show up so much. Do I have the energy? Do I have the time? And so you're being invited today to take a look at the way that you've been showing up and perhaps shift that, right? I don't feel like the roles that you're playing in relationships are serving you. I feel like you're doing so much, right? And then it leads to disappointment. And so that too could be part of what you're thinking about is like, oh, every time I invest in something or I invest in someone, it doesn't go the way I want and people don't show up. Well, that's a you thing, right? If every time you do something, you're getting the same result, it's time for you to pivot and do something different. And I think that's part of what you're looking at today, right? Realizing that you really do need to move differently to create something different. So I like this energy for you because I feel like you do have opportunities to build something that could make you very happy. But I also feel like there's kind of this unknown here where it's like, I don't know how to do this. I only know how to do things the way I've done them in the past. I know the results I've gotten and I'm not happy with that. I don't want that to happen in this situation. So what I'll tell you about that and maybe how to get to the bottom of kind of this energy that I'm picking up on is to think about what is your greatest fear within this connection or this partnership or whatever, right? Why do you feel like you need to do so much? Do you fear that you'll lose the person if you don't show them right away all of the reasons why you would be the obvious choice, right? Do you feel like if it's a job that you have to work so hard to prove your value to your boss, where is that coming from? Because deep down, it feels like that has a lot more to do with like how you view yourself and your efforts, right? Than the actual person. A lot of times in the beginning, when you have a tendency to show up so much, you get taken for granted rather than celebrated for your efforts, because that's what people come to expect. And then when you try to set the boundary of like, hey, I've been going so hard, you guys aren't even showing up, it's too late for that, right? Because it's like, well, I didn't even ask you to do that. I thought that's just who you are. You had an agenda, you had a motive. And so people are looking at you funny, right? Maybe if you can get to the bottom of what this insecurity is, right? What do you feel like you need to do to acquire what you desire? What do you feel like you need to give to possess the kind of connection that you want, right? So a very interesting energy today, but if you can get to the bottom of whatever this insecurity is, right? Do you fear that people will leave? Do you fear that you're not good enough? And if you can kind of soothe that person within you, you're going to find that it's way easier to show up in a way that is comfortable for you, right? That you can actually just enjoy the moment instead of anticipating all the things that could go wrong or everything that'll happen if you're not perfect, right? So, good day for restructuring kind of the dynamics of your relationships and how you're showing up for them. And in all honesty, I feel like if you can get to the bottom of this will like create a huge relief for you, right? To just enjoy and not always be thinking of like the next thing you need to do or the next hurdle to get through, okay? Now, your daily lesson is do less. It says, assess your level of doing for others. Examine where you overextend yourself to the point that you become unnecessarily exhausted. Why is that? Is your health worth it? Your goal? To confront your core reasons for risking your health unnecessarily. Your daily affirmation or mantra is, I am fully present in all of my relationships. A question to ask yourself for those of you who enjoy meditation or journaling is, what is one thing I can do to be more present in my relationships? So not anticipating future failures, not looking at past mistakes, just really being in the moment, right? And allowing people to meet you halfway. All right, this has been your daily reading for Sunday, January 29th. I will speak to all of you tomorrow, but in the meantime, you have an amazing day. Bye.